Destiny 2 cross save is live, and the biggest question everybody's asking is, should you move over to the PC now that you could bring your character with you? Well, today we're going to try to answer that question, so stay tuned. Estiva, this is LaserBolt, and boy have we been asking for this feature since Destiny 1, and we're finally here, guys, a couple years later, maybe like 5 years later. Now we have cross save, which allows us to bring all our characters from wherever console you might be on, PlayStation 4, Xbox, onto the PC. And I think the biggest question everybody has, now that we kind of know when Shadowkeep's coming out, we got a couple questions on Armor 2.0 is going to work, is everybody's trying to make the right decision. And that decision is, should you stay on the console you currently play on, or should you move over to the PC? Now, one question I have for you guys is, are you considering moving? And if you are, from what console do you plan on moving from? Let me know in the comment section down below. But before we tackle in that question, I do want to remind you guys, we're giving away 2 free copies of Shadowkeep for the system of your choice. To enter and participate, it's super easy. All you have to do is click the link down below where it says Join Bull Nation, and you guys will be automatically entered. So good luck to everyone that plans on participating. I think one of the biggest changes that happened when Destiny 2 came out was the fact that it was going to be available on PC. And when that announcement was made, a lot of people jumped ship from Xbox to the PC. But there was still a ton of people who stayed back for a couple of reasons. One of the biggest reasons was your character wasn't able to progress to PC. You know, you had your character that had been with you for such a long time that you felt like attached to it and you didn't want to leave it, and you knew if you went over to the PC, you would have to start a brand new character and, you know, start the grind all over again. For some people, it wasn't that big of a deal. For some people, it was, and they stayed on the console they preferred. Another reason why a lot of people also still stayed on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox was because all of their friends were on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox, and they felt if they moved over to the PC, they would be losing like that friendship they had, and they wouldn't have people to play with. I think the last one would probably be, the reason is that in order for you to move to the PC, you kind of have to spend a little bit of money, and some of you guys might already have a console you spend $500 in, and don't have that extra money to go ahead and buy a PC that would allow you to play Destiny 2 in a relatively format. Now, if any of these 3 options stopped you from moving over to the PC, let me know in the comment section down below. Now, one of the biggest things happened yesterday, and that was cross save. And what this allowed, it allowed everybody to stay on the platform they wanted to, but also go try a brand new platform if they weren't extremely happy with the current platform they're on. So for example, if all your friends are on the PlayStation 4, you could technically still go play on the PC and then come back and play on the PlayStation 4 when your friends get online. So a lot of the reasons why you would stay on a specific console were broken down yesterday, and that is the reason why we have this question. I think this is by far one of the hottest topics out there when it comes to Destiny. Should you move over to the PC? Today we're going to be talking about the pros and the cons, and towards the end of the video, I believe after everything that's said and done, we're going to come into the conclusion if you should stay or you should go. So let's break it down and talk about the biggest thing that almost no one wants to talk about. And I think when I've seen videos about this topic, I see people talking about it and they tell you, you know, the game has better FPS, you have better dexterity if you play on mouse and keyboard, and of course there's that big controversial, should you go with MK or should you stick with a controller? But I'm going to be talking on a subject that not a lot of people dive into, and it's really floating in the air, and I feel like people need to address it. So this is my take when it comes to answering this particular question. Show me the money. That is going to be the key thing you want to take out of here. You want to show me the money. The reason why I'm saying this is because it boils down to this. If you currently right now are on a console, you're going to be capped in a couple of things. First, you're going to be capped in the quality of picture you're going to be able to obtain from playing on a console. That is the plain truth. There is no way of going around it. There is a cap on console that you could only play at a certain quality. In addition to that, there is also a cap on frame rate. Now, for some of you guys right now that have always been on console, you're probably going to say, frame rate doesn't really matter. But for people who have been playing on PC and they go back to playing on console, or anybody that's played on PC, the same game that they're playing at 120 or 60 frames per second, and they come back and play on a console that's only able to go up to 30 frames per second, everybody will tell you there is a huge difference. The other thing that doesn't really get mentioned is field of view. You are limited on the field of view on your current console, so there is no way you're able to either change this, or some games don't even have the option to change the field of view. Now that is something that doesn't really get addressed, and it's kind of overlooked because in consoles it's not a big thing, but once you go to a PC and you see what it does, you start questioning and saying, where has this been all my life? Now you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with Show Me the Money? Well, it has a lot to do, because the reason why people are on console is because that is the cheapest route to play video games in without having to dish a lot of money. We're going to break down and drill down how much you're going to be spending when you're on console and compare that how much you would have to spend that if you had it on PC. Now, one of the biggest points I want to make in this video, guys, if you plan on moving to PC and you plan on playing the game the same way you're going to be playing it on console, my suggestion to you guys is just stay on console, because you're not going to be getting any advantage. The only advantage you're going to be getting on moving from a PC to a console is learning how to play on mouse and keyboard. And some people don't even want to learn how to play mouse and keyboard. They just plan on bringing their controller over and playing with their controller on PC. Now, there is nothing wrong with that, because, I mean, I can't judge you guys because I have been one of those persons that has played PC games with a controller. It's just something that I've been really used to, so I always kind of transition to bring my controller over for particular games when I'm playing on the PC. Now, if you have a PC or you plan on purchasing a PC that's going to allow you to play the game in better quality than you currently are playing on the console, then 100% guys, move over to the PC. Now let's break down the money part that I'm talking about. And this is the part that I feel a lot of people don't address. And it's one that needs to be addressed, because I think this hinders a lot of people from actually moving. All right, so let's break down exactly how much money you're going to be spending on a console. Let's say that the console will cost you between $300 to $500. The reason why I'm saying $500 is because next year we're going to be getting a new console, and this video might still be relevant to you guys by the time that console launches. So we're going to put the point at $300 to $500. In addition to that, of course, you guys are going to have to buy a monitor. Now, if you want to buy a monitor to play the top quality of content you could possibly play on your console, you're either going to have to go with a monitor, which would cost you between $350 to $450, or you could technically go the cheaper route and buy a TV with the same quality, just that you'll be missing on the response time. But for some people, that doesn't really matter. So let's say we put the price point of the cheapest way of going with the console, we're going to put it at $650. And the most expensive route, we're going to put it at $900. And this is not counting and putting into play the addition of a headset and the addition of a controller. The reason why I don't want to put that in this scenario is because regardless if you play on the PC or if you play on the console, you're still going to have to buy a mouse and keyboard, and you're technically still going to need to buy a headset for either system. So those are kind of nullifying each other. The biggest difference is, of course, the big point purchase of a console and the monitor. Now let's talk about how much money you need to spend to actually get the best looking quality for when you're playing Destiny. Remember, we're not mentioning the lower tier, because the lower tier will have you playing like a console. We're not going to be mentioning that because we're talking about the reason why you should consider moving to a PC. If you plan on moving, of course, you're going to want to play the game at the highest quality as you possibly can. The cheapest you could probably get a PC with a good amount of memory, with a good graphics card, with a good CPU, just an overall computer, you're looking to spend between $1,500 to $1,700. Now, this is kind of like the cheapest route you could probably go with. You could technically go a little bit cheaper, but you're going to have to sacrifice a couple stuff, which will hinder you, especially if you plan on streaming and you plan on doing multiple stuff while you're gaming. So that's kind of like the set point that you're looking at least $1,500 to $1,700 just for the PC alone. Now, this is not including a monitor. Now, when it comes to purchasing a PC, you could technically still play off a TV, but what would be the point of you playing off a TV when you have such a really good system? You might as well go the monitor route. So if we're trying to add a monitor to our PC build, we're looking between $300 to $450. So let's say you're spending $1,700 on your computer, and we slap in another $300 there. This is going low ball, going low point. We're looking to spend about $2,000. If we compare that to the price point of max quality you're able to get off a console to the price point of max quality you're able to get a PC, that's at least $1,000 more that you would need to invest on a PC. This is considering that you don't have a PC and you're actually purchasing one. Now, overall in general, guys, everything looks better, plays better, feels better on a PC. There is no ifs, ands, and buts about this. Everybody knows PC is king when it comes to that specific subject. That's why whenever there is like a console war, no one even mentions it's the PC. You know, it's always Xbox versus PlayStation 4 or Nintendo, because the PC, it's on its own level. Now, to answer the main question, guys, should you move over to the PC? My answer is this. If you could afford a PC that will allow you to play Destiny 2 in better quality than you currently are playing right now on your console, 100% guys, make the move, head on over to the PC, learn mouse and keyboard. It's going to help you for other games as well. If you don't have any friends on the PC, make sure you guys join our Discord. We have a ton of people on there who are also on PC and will help you guys progress as you learn mouse and keyboard. And you're also going to find a lot of people who you want to raid with or just want to have fun with. Definitely go ahead and check out our Discord. We'll link it down below in the pinned comments in the comments section. So definitely hope to see you guys over there. Now, if for some reason you can't afford a PC right now and the only thing you could afford is a PC that is going to allow you to play the game the same quality that you are currently playing right now, what I would do is just wait, save up for a better PC, and once you're able to purchase that better PC, make the purchase and move over to the PC. Because there's really no point on you moving if you're going to be playing the game with the same quality. Just because everybody's moving doesn't mean you guys should move as well. I hope this helps you guys kind of make your decision if you guys should move to the PC or if you should stay on console. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys plan on doing? Do you guys plan on moving to the PC, or are you guys planning to stay on console? And if you are moving, what system are you guys moving from? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'll love to hear you guys' comments on why you want to move or you plan on staying. I do hope you guys did enjoy this video and found it informative. If you did, guys, I want to ask you for a huge favor. If you could please drop a like on this video, that does help the channel a lot. If you could also share this video with your friends, because that helps us a lot as well. In addition to that, guys, if you want to show more love and support, do consider joining the Bolt Nation. To join, it's super easy. All you have to do is click the link down below where it says Join Bolt Nation, and you guys will unlock exclusive features only found in the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget WGATAP, and I will catch you guys on the next video.